good day. Hopefully it's been a good one for you so far. I would like to talk today about lessons learned. Now, I could go on and on and on with this subject, so I might vlog this in little different episodes because today I'm mainly thinking about lessons I've learned from my mother. And it just so happens to be almost Mother's Day in a couple of weeks. I learned so many things when I got to thinking about what lessons I've learned in my life. The first thing I went to was something that my mother taught me. And I would hear this phrase come out of her mouth. If not once a week, twice a week, every day of the week, it's embedded in my head. And she would say, Jodi, if you do one thing today, just make your bed. You can leave all the stuff on your floor, just make your bed. So I did that in honor to her. She would ask me, so that became a habit in my life, was making my bed. I would do it every morning. And to this day, if I leave the house and I have not made the bed, my whole day is pretty much wrecked. It's just very hard for me to not get up and make the bed. I get dressed, and to get dressed before I make the bed would drive me crazy because it would just, she instilled that in me, and it was one of the best life lessons I have ever learned. So that is the main lesson that I learned from my mom, was to make my bed. Every day, get up and make my bed. So today I'm going to focus on my mom, the lessons learned from my mom. And I have a few of them on my mind and in my heart. And the other one is to sing, to have a song in your heart. She constantly wrote poems, wrote songs, had a song. Jodi, listen to this. You got to hear this. I wrote a song last night in my dreams, in my sleep, and always, always, always had a new song. So she taught me to write songs, to sing. Singing was always part of my life, always part of our life. But to just have a song in your heart continually. I remember she used to always make children. She was very good with kids. And where is Thumpkins? Where is Thumpkins? Here I am, here I am. And it's just little cute little things like that, which was an everyday thing for her. And mind you, she was very sick. The last 20 years of her life, she was mainly in bed or in the hospital, having 3 open heart surgeries, sarcoidosis, just one thing after the other. But my mom always kept a song in her heart. The other thing she taught me was to be a good shopper. From the day I can remember, I spent my life on Goodwill floors. The little dust balls, now they've got them organized. Before they were in bins, and she would stand there for hours and look through every bin. Now they're organized in colors and shirts and pants sections, and sometimes when she really wanted us out of our hair, she'd give us a quarter so we'd go down to the store and buy some, and be gone for a while. So that, she taught me how to be a savvy shopper. She also taught me how to mend things. Like I had these pair of pants that I loved, and I saw them like in my first grade picture, and then in my second and third grade picture I still had them, but there was like a purple hem tagged around them, like 3 inches, because I'd grown out of them. So she taught me how to be a savvy shopper and how to be thankful for what you have and take care of what you have. Another thing my mom would always say, because of my impatience, I was a very impatient child, and she dealt with me very good, was, especially my older age, this is what she would say, Jodi, and your patience possess ye your souls. And I put my name third person there because that was what she would say to me. Still hear these words in my head. And your patience possess ye your souls. And I'm like, Mom, what the heck? And your patience possess ye your what? Okay. So it probably wasn't until I got to be about 47-ish that it finally clicked. She was just saying, Jodi, relax. in your soul. Relax. Because I found the scripture, it's in Luke 21, something like that, 19 through 21, and your patience possess your souls. And it's just basically saying, relax. In your innermost being, relax. It's going to be okay. In your innermost gut, in your innermost soul, relax. It's going to be okay. So she taught me, and I didn't learn it for a long time, to relax. Just relax. It's all going to be okay. And then another thing my mom taught me, as I'm here in the kitchen, I'm talking about this because we got this beautiful table, which we have many family dinners at, and beautiful countertops to display things. She didn't have all that. I mean, she had stuff, but our countertop was, pretty much just a little tiny kitchen thing, no center things. And our table, we brought in tables, benches and chairs from outside to sit around our table. So, I can almost start crying because God is so good. But my mom never complained. And we'd be out playing, we'd be out talking, doing nothing. She would be in, and before we know it, on Thanksgiving Day, she's like, it's time to eat. There would be a turkey. There would be corn. There would be mashed potatoes. There would be candy yams, the best food, better than any food you'd get at any buffet on this table. And she did it all by herself, and it wasn't like it was a thing for her to do it all by herself. She never complained. She never said nothing. She always had joy in her heart. And it was, she'd make this feast out of nothing. And I'm like, Mom, how in the heck? Where did this food come from? We're just minding our own business, doing our own thing. And she's doing her thing. And her thing was making us a beautiful Thanksgiving meal. So I learned that from her, from watching her or not watching her, to just take joy in those little journeys. If you've got to prepare a whole meal, what I would do for one of her meals. So, yes, just to if you've got to make a feast, do it with joy in your heart. And don't even let anybody know you're doing anything. The Bible does say, don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. And she did that really, really well. So the next thing I learned from my mom is, if you don't have, and she would say this to me a lot too, if you don't have anything good to say, not to say it at all. And I do not like gossip. I don't mind talking about myself, and I don't mind asking persons questions and just having conversation and shooting the breeze. But when it's to sit down and talk about somebody else in a derogatory manner, I don't get into those conversations, and I never have. My mom never gossiped or said a bad word about anybody, and I would put my hand on the Bible. She was always thinking about others and what she could do for them. So I learned that from her too. And as I was typing this, I remembered another thing that she used to always say: to have joy, you must put Jesus first, you last, and others in between. And I learned the song from her, and we would sing this a lot, and it goes like this. J-O-Y, J-O-Y, this is what it means. Jesus first, and you are last, and others in between. I want to sing it again. J-O-Y, J-O-Y, this is what it means. Jesus first, and you are last, and others in between. And another thing she would always say is, when you feel it, kill it. Meaning, when you feel that bitterness, or you feel that anger, or you feel that jealousy, or you feel that hatred rising up, kill it. Nip it in the bud. Don't let it form a root that's going to hurt your beautiful bouquet of flowers. So that's another thing she used to always say, because she had to deal with bitterness a lot. My mom was a pastor's wife, and sometimes things get said even by Christian people that aren't very nice. So as I wrote this today, I learned once again how wonderful my mom is, and how much that I learned, good things that I learned from her that are in my soul, in my being. What better lessons to learn than to make your bed? If you don't have anything good to say, then don't say it at all. And to take joy at shopping at Goodwill, and to make a feast out of nothing with joy in your heart. So Mom, I just want to say, if you're hearing this, thank you. And I sometimes hear people say, in my family, they'll say, you remind me of Patty, and that's my mom's name. And I'm just here to tell you, that's the best compliment in the world. Till next week.